What's happening? I'm Mike the Map Maker, and this is Quest Bonanza, the video series where I randomly generate us battle maps that we can use at our tables absolutely for free. This is episode 5, and I've rolled us a 2, which means if we look at my charts, we are going to the coast. It's an ocean map yet again. And if we check my Magic Tarot deck, I flipped the Celestial! So we've got our ingredients. Let's go to the map making and see what I can come up with today. Alright, this is my second ocean map in the series. I really enjoyed the last one, but bringing in water always adds a bit of complexity to the map making process. Trying to blend the waters together can be a bit of a unique challenge. Now with our tarot card, we drew the Celestial, and you might be asking, what actually is a Celestial? Well, in Dungeons & Dragons, it's a divine creature, a holy monster, basically. Maybe monster isn't really the right word, but it's in the monster manual, so what are you going to do? And the first thing I visualise when thinking of Celestials are angels, semi-naked people with great big wings. But in 5th edition, things like unicorns and Pegasuses, are Celestials as well. And this is a first for the series, as we tend to think of Celestials in Dungeons & Dragons as being innately good creatures, actual good guys out there trying to make the world a better place. So the question rises, if they are good creatures, how can we pit them against our players without making them feel awful about themselves? Players want to feel heroic and cool. Well, in my mind, the Celestials, especially angels, they usually represent a greater being, like a god or something. And I always like ancient god myths where gods get really moody and ticked off by the things mortals do. So I'm thinking our heroes in this quest might need to right some sort of mortal faux pas, shall we say. So I'm coming in with this idea that we have an ancient temple to an angered sea god, where an angel is channeling divine power to punish a settlement in the area. Maybe this temple used to be connected to the mainland, but our god is very prone to tantrums and has caused a massive storm, and there's flooding and all that. And now the temple is just a remote island where people can't even go there anymore. I'm imagining a lot of our quest's challenge is just our PCs actually getting to the temple in the first place. Do they need a boat? Would a boat even get them there? Maybe you have to convince a giant turtle to carry them over. Maybe they can take a small boat, but it's just really treacherous. I mean, these are the sort of questions I'm thinking of when I'm designing the outside area of the map. As always, I'm using the website Incarnate to make this map. I think it's a great tool for making good D&D battle maps. And one thing I always struggle to get right is the amount of waves your ocean should actually have. So during the footage, you might notice me go back and forth, making it calmer and then making it choppier. I'm all over the shop with it, if I'm going to be honest. And looking at this map as a dungeon master, I want there to be lots of difficult terrain caused by flooding, so places where wading through ocean water actually slows your PCs down. I think thematically that kicks ass, and as this is a temple to a water god, I want lots of opportunities for the water celestial to have access to the ocean. Maybe they can summon water elements from the brine, or perhaps they can enhance the currents to sweep our PCs out into the ocean. That's the sort of thing I really want to get going on this map. Okay, I'm really starting to vibe with this salty space. I want to add lots of vegetation and seashells. There's little details that give it a bit of verisimilitude, make it feel like a real place. And as I was going along, I included some dry areas with lots of ruins and debris that can provide some cover for our players. Even though it's ruined, I still want there to be a bit of magic to this place, so I've left a little ritual plate with some mystic candles there. They're lit. Of course, there's some braziers still going around the main religious walled statue thing. Maybe it looks like your ocean god, I'm not sure. But it's the main focal point of the map for sure. I feel like the angel would be right in front of it. Okay, so I think I'm about to wrap this up. I'm pretty happy with it. I will do a day and night variant of the map for us to download. And of course, I'm going to be adding all that sweet lighting effects to it, really make the map pop. It's actually raining outside where I am. I don't know if you can pick that up. It's kind of coming down. Maybe that's a sign from the tarot that I'm angering the ocean gods myself by even making this map. Who cares? Let's go and check out the map, see what we actually think of it. Man, I absolutely love this remix of Donkey Kong Country. It absolutely slaps. If you like this track, check out Qumu's YouTube channel. They make loads of great music over there. Links in the description. Oh, that's another map in the pen. But are you ready for a quest? Here's the premise I've got for us. A beautiful man in a coastal village scorns the romantic invitation of the goddess of the sea. We'll call her Brinus. He's in love instead with the baker's son. Brinus, enraged, sends one of her angels to a local temple and channels her angry sea magic. This magic creates a non-stop storm and the ocean floods the local village, causing mass destruction and chaos. The town, in their desperation, hires you, adventurers, to escort the couple to this temple where they will beg for forgiveness. The journey is perilous, but even more so facing off against the angel. So what are we fighting? An angel of the sea. This is a divine, holy monster that can control the ocean and the storms. And I've been looking online, and I've actually found some cool looking inspiration image-wise. Here you can see some pictures. I'll put the links down below. I think that's great. We don't want our angels to look boring and regular. We want it to look cool and match the scenery. Now, Celestials are very dangerous and difficult to take down. But with this encounter, this quest, I've got something a little different in mind. So what's the twist? Once at the temple, the angel hears their plea and communes with Brinus on their behalf. They then reveal that Brinus will accept their begging, graciously forgiving the beautiful man, only if this couple's love is true. Suddenly, a large crab man arises from the ocean. He will be the officiant and marry this couple right here and right now. However, the angel says, love is like the ocean. It can be crazy and powerful, and if you aren't dedicated and you're not taking it seriously, it can destroy you. The ceremony will only take 1 minute, and the couple must kneel around the holy candle bowl. I actually can't think of a better name than holy candle bowls or whatever. There are 6 candles representing love and family in this bowl. And if they allow all the candles to go out before the wedding ceremony is over, the angel will strike down the young couple then and there. Adventurers, it's up to you to help this would-be couple, and you've got no time to prepare. They're already sat down, and the candles magically alight. The wedding ceremony starts now. Now, I wouldn't treat this as a regular combat encounter. No, we're going to do what's called a group skill check. Now, if you don't know what that is, check out this video with Matt Colville. He's the bee's knees if you've somehow not bumped into his D&D content. It's where I learned how to run it. But essentially, boiling it down, this is what we're looking at. The shorthand of it is, using this you can take big complex things and break them down into easier bite-sized chunks that allows your players to get creative. You pick an appropriate difficulty challenge for their level, you throw challenges at them, and you ask them to look at their skills on the character sheet and come up with creative solutions for these challenges. So that's exactly what we're going to do for this. We're going to give our players 10 challenges they have to overcome, and if they fail 6, i.e. the 6 candles going out, that is game over for our couple. Let's give you an example. We have our couple around the candle bowl. They're trying to protect those candles. All the waves are splashing, and the angel raises the stakes. They summon a pod of dolphins, and they do their horrible little sort of cackly laugh, and they start shooting water out of their blowholes at the candles. Now, our couple are doing their best, but clearly one of those candles is about to go out. What can you do, players, to stop this? Well, this is where you open up the floor to them. They look at their skills and they come up with ideas. So, for example, they might use their animal handling skill. They might say, oh, I try and talk them down using my body language. You let them roll, see how they do, and then it's a yay or nay. What are some other examples? Well, maybe a wizard wants to use an ice spell. That could be an arcana check to freeze the dolphins in place. The barbarian could do an intimidation check to scare them off. It's really good fun, and it gets your players really engaged in the challenge at hand. In terms of challenges, here are some ideas of what the angel could bring down.
a huge wave hurtling towards the couple. The seaweed nearby becomes animated and tries to entangle the couple so they can't protect the candles. A sea elemental is summoned to slap the candles out with its wet arms. A siren appears and tries to distract one of the couple for a moment as the waves are crashing around them. The angel summons a rain cloud above and torrential water comes down. In droplets, that's what rain is. Etc, etc.
Some general advice: be open to your players' ideas. Reward clever thinking, but don't be afraid to shut down anything that's really bonkers. It has to make some sense. And of course, the Crabman's been running them through the wedding, and at the end, if you're successful, make the couple say "I do" in a heartwarming moment. Oh, that is if they actually succeed. Otherwise, you have to describe them being, ripped apart by the divine energies of an angry angel. Whoops.
So there you have it, a new map for you and a new quest.
Honestly, that map, I feel like I could have done it a bit better. I think there's a bunch of ways I could improve it. But this series, I'm not pursuing perfection. It's just about getting that creative juices flowing, getting maps out, and that's what we've done today. Chasing perfection, I think, is a path to madness. And as always, you can download this map completely for free with the link below and run it at your tables. I want to say a special thank you to my subscribers for your patience. This video has been delayed by a few weeks. Nothing crazy has been going on. It's just been a bit busy for me. I've been quite tired. I sprained my ankle a little bit going to the shops, that sort of thing. It's just slowing me down. So thank you for waiting, and hopefully we'll be back on track next week. But I've not been sat on my hands, folks. I have been doing a lot of map making stuff. In fact, I'm working on a big mega map, a recreation of a map from this Mothership module. And that is it for today. Thanks for watching. Keep on trucking, and I'll see you next time.